Universal Field Robots is bringing fully autonomous robots to the manufacturing industry with a range of products, including diggers, excavators and mining trucks. To take us through the company is CEO Jeff Sterling, who joined us via Skype. Hi Jeff, welcome to Startup Daily.
Hi, how are you going?
Well,
we're doing great. Thanks for joining us. So tell us a little bit about these robotics. I mean, I think we understand them in the mining industry with the trucks already. But is this kind of slowly seeing robots replacing other workers in industrial areas?
Look, people know about the trucks, they've seen them, and there's also drills. But there's a myriad of other small machines, and there's another sort of an issue that goes on is that until you can take people away from the autonomous machines, you don't actually get to this sort of fully safe situation. So once you can have a mining area with where people can stand back and be back in a control room somewhere safe, then you've got everything safe. So there's a big transition, and we've been concentrating on the small machines, all the little activities that fit in between the big things like the trucks and drills and that.
Tell us about those smaller machines. Who are the kind of clients that you're working with this kind of product, and what advantages are they seeing by using your technology?
Well, look, one of our foundation customer is Imdex, which is a large drilling services company, and they supply very clever technology for doing subterranean sort of understanding the ground. And so we've been working with them, and we put their equipment on one of our machines, and it drives into the mining area, and then finds the underground information, and then they pass that back to the control room, and then they can redesign the mine, if you like, to make it more efficient and more sustainable.
You've had a long career as a mechanical engineer, more than 35 years. I'm fascinated by what drove you into the field of robotics as a solution for the mining industry. Where was your interest?
Look, I suppose it's looking for the next thing. I've been in engineering for quite a long time, and I think it's starting to stagnate, some of what we were doing. So looking, to be relevant as an engineer, you really need to be working with the new stuff, the latest and greatest. And another thing that sort of interests me is providing an opportunity for young people to come through the system. So we've got a fairly young team, and they're sort of really excited to do this sort of work, and it's a win-win for all of us.
And can I ask, we're looking at one of the cats at the moment, and to me it kind of looks like a normal one. Normally you'd have a bloke sitting in a cabin operating. How easy or difficult and challenging is it to transfer the skills that a human being would normally operate any vehicle like this with to robotics?
Look, I'd tell people it's really hard. We've been working at it for a while now, and if it isn't hard, there'd be a lot more people doing it. So we aren't seeing a lot of others doing it. So, but we're doing it. So that's the main thing.
Epic.
Jeff, tell us about the journey with UFR. When did you establish the company, and how's it tracking?
Look, we started in about 2016. Then we went to the ICRA, which is an international robotics competition. That was in Brisbane in 2018, and there we started to make contact with a couple of tier 1 miners and some other organisations, and then we've just been working away at it since then. We've been lucky enough to develop with funding from customers and partner with customers, and now we've got a number of tier 1 miners as customers and some other organisations. So yeah, look, we're just going from strength to strength.
Jeff, you're a Brisbane-based company, and of course mining is a very important part of the economy up in Queensland. Can you paint a picture for us, if you could guess, how long will it be before we start to see mine sites basically being completely automated? There is a few people in a control room somewhere, but everything else that's happening in the pit is all remote and robotic.
Look, it's an interesting thing. I put a bit of a roadmap of this together a while ago, but a lot of it's about the appetite, but 10 years, we will largely see, I think, a lot of activities taken over. And that might be people working just remotely in a safe location. Might be that they're working in the capital city, 1,000 kilometres away from where the mine is.
High vis in your bedroom.
That's right. You can do it. You can operate machines from your bed before you get up in the morning. So.
And are we seeing similar trends overseas? Is there increasing demand for technology like your own from overseas markets?
Look, we're exporting to Chile and to South Africa at the moment. What we're seeing is that Australia is really well regarded in those sort of locations, and they really look to Australia as a leader. And we're probably better recognised as a leader in those countries than we are in Australia. In Australia, people largely don't understand that, I don't think.
That's slightly ironic, isn't it? So, Jeff, before we let you go, tell us, where do you want to take UFR over the next 10 years? Are you going to be the world's biggest robotics mining company?
Look, yeah, we see the opportunity to be an autonomous company. We've got the Caterpillars and the Komatsus that are doing, they manufacture the equipment, but we're positioning ourselves to be a pure autonomy company. And there's no reason why we couldn't grow to be an organisation rivaling those, the Caterpillars, Komatsus, Hitachis. Other countries, Scandinavia has got a real talent for building companies like Sandvik and Epiroc, so we could do that here as well.
Fantastic. Well, mate, we wish you all the best with it, and thanks for joining us on Startup Daily today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great.